suspect is dead. I'm Dave Anthony.
We had found him in the parking lot of a hotel.
And it was all over a short time after that in Round Rock, Texas. Fox's Tanya J.J. Powers has details live.
Dave, the unidentified 24-year-old white man blew himself up in his vehicle early today as that SWAT team closed in on him on the side of a road. Police Chief Brian Manley says they don't have a motive yet, but
we do believe that all of these are related and that he is responsible for these based on the similarities that we have seen in all of the devices and in the evidence we're finding from those that did detonate.
Federal agents say it's hard to tell whether the man acted alone in the bombings that killed 2 and hurt 4 others, Dave.
I'm telling you, the danger may not be over. FBI agent Chris Combs says,
we are concerned that there may be other packages that are still out there. We need the public to remain vigilant, especially today as we go through this investigation.
President Trump tweeted, great job by law enforcement. He also again posted about the special counsel, quoting Harvard professor emeritus Alan Dershowitz, saying there should never have been one appointed with no probable cause for collusion. Now, Democrats claim the president's trying to undermine the Russia investigation and warn him not to fire Mueller. Last night, the president helped the Republican Congressional Committee raise a record $32 million at a dinner for the 2018 elections.
Just no reason why we shouldn't win with what we've done over the last year.
He claimed the economy may be the best it's ever been. And he complained if Democrats win back control of Congress, they'll try to impeach him, even though he says he's done nothing wrong. A 16-year-old girl still in critical condition the morning after being shot at her school in Maryland. A boy was also hurt.
We're extremely saddened, and our thoughts and prayers are always with the victims.
Governor Larry Hogan demanding state lawmakers pass a bill to pay for more school resource officers. The one at Great Mills High confronted and shot the student shooter who's dead. Fox News. Fair and balanced.
Let's see here. Fire protection?
Check.
Uniforms, mats, and restroom products?
Check.
First aid cabinets and safety products?
Check.
Great! So it sounds like we're ready to go.
No. When I said check, I meant we still need to check on all those things.
Oh, just call Cintas. They can handle all of it. It's what they do.
Okay. Call Cintas. Check. Got it.
Oh, I'm ready!
Learn how Cintas can help you get ready for the workday. Visit Cintas.com.
A list of things that will let you down today. Your alarm clock, C-store coffee, public transportation, the office elevator, the sandwich you packed for lunch, the 5th floor printer, your cell phone battery, the shoelace you swore you double knotted, your hard drive, your backup hard drive, and of course, the weather. Brighten your day with something you can actually count on. GoToMeeting is the easy-to-use collaborative meeting tool that 18 million monthly users trust to help them get work done. To learn more about how you can meet better, visit GoToMeeting.com.
A U.S. Border Patrol agent goes on trial starting today in Tucson, Arizona, in what may be the first case of an agent prosecuted by the federal government for a shooting across the border. Lonnie Schwartz accused of firing shots in Nogales, Arizona, at a teenager reportedly throwing rocks from a street just across the border on the Mexican side in 2012. What happened last summer in Minnesota has caught up to a police officer charged with murder and manslaughter.
Officer Mohammed Noor turned himself in yesterday after a warrant was filed for his arrest in the shooting death of Justine Dammit Rosecheck, who called 911 in July to report what sounded like an assault near her Minneapolis home. She was later shot as she approached the police car to speak to officers.
Officer Noor did not act reasonably, did not act objectively reasonably, and abuse his authority to use deadly force.
Hennepin County Attorney Mike Freeman convened a grand jury to pin down Noor's statements under oath after he refused to speak to investigators. Jeff Manasso, Fox News.
A man from North Carolina convicted in Ohio in a terror case.
Authorities say Eric Jamal Hendricks used social media to recruit people for attacks in the name of ISIS. Officials also saying the 37-year-old told one person he wanted to form a terror cell to conduct attacks in the U.S. The jury finding Hendricks guilty of conspiracy and attempting to provide material support and resources to a foreign terrorist organization. Hendricks' attorney arguing his client was not behind the social media accounts that the FBI linked to him. The defense also noting Hendricks worked as an informant for years before the feds investigated him. Hendricks faces a possible life sentence. Steve Rappaport, Fox News.
It's another snowy day in the Northeast. The 4th storm in 3 weeks from Virginia to Massachusetts. Some areas could get 1 to 2 feet. A lot of schools are closed. More than 3,400 flights are canceled to and from airports in the Northeast. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News Radio.
And that could be us. It's not. It's another nor'easter.
Glad I'm not going to New York this weekend.
Yeah, that's right.
ESPN 93.5, good morning. It is March 21, ESPN 93.5 weather brought to you by Blossom Basket Florist. From simple to simply magnificent, 2 locations, Village at the Crossing, Champaign, Cunningham, and Urbana, 367 Rose or blossombasket.com. Good morning, Diane Ducey.
Good morning, Stevie J. Partly cloudy conditions with a high 45 expected today, 25-hour low tonight, a little breezy and cloudy this morning, 51 with sunshine expected tomorrow, down to around 30, up to 52 on Friday with some clouds, down to around 33. Rain, snow, and wind with some clouds on Saturday's forecast, high 36, low 26. Welcome to spring. Kind of crazy on the temperatures. Right now we're at 27 on ESPN 93.5.
Well, the terror in Austin is over. The guy blew himself up. They had him at a hotel. He left. They followed him. They got close. SWAT team, 24-year-old white man. The terror is over in Austin. The bomber, as they're calling him, is dead. That's huge news. Happened while you slept. Mm-hmm. Elections around here. Erica Harold wins the GOP primary from Urbana. Erica Harold will go against the one guy.
Chad Beckett, I believe, isn't it?
No, Erica Harold, Attorney General, State of Illinois. It was going to be Pat Quinn, but he lost.
Oh, okay.
So congratulations, Erica Harold. Dealing with her opponent here later. The guy's name, and I got it.
Kwame Raoul?
Yeah. Kwame Raoul to beat Pat Quinn. I thought Pat Quinn was going to win because of the name recognition.
Right.
So Erica Harold against Kwame Raoul. She'll be the GOP Republican. Bruce Rauner in a really close race with Jeannie Ives. No wonder there was so much negative commercials on Jeannie Ives. I mean, I thought, well, what is he doing? Spending all this money. Well, she was right there, and Republicans apparently unhappy with Bruce Rauner. It's J.B. Pritzker, too. Rauner and Pritzker spoke last night.
In the name of common sense, we cannot keep spending and taxing and relying on career politicians if we expect a better tomorrow. We have the chance to finish now what we started and accomplish the critical change Illinois so desperately needs. We can do this. Yes, we can.
I'm J.B. Pritzker, and I'm going to beat Bruce Rauner. And together we're going to put Springfield back on the side of working families.
Yeah. All right, rah. We're talking about $300 million maybe on this race. Unbelievable. Okay, other interesting races. Matt Grandoni beats John Rector. It was close, 6,400 to 5,700. Alan Jones easily over Greg Worrell, 8,900 to 2,800. Betsy Lonergan will go against Rodney Davis in the 13th Congressional. She won that very 5-person race, the Democrats in the Congressional 13th District. And if you want anything, just text us, 359-2255. It's all over the place. News Gazette, IlliniHomepage.net, IllinoisHomepage.net with Channel 3. They've got all kinds of results online. As you know, you probably know what you need. But if you need anything specifically, be happy to help. Just text in 359-2255, and I'll get you the numbers if you want. Just tell me what race you're looking for. Monticello passes their referendum to get $29 million for schools.
Yes, I saw that too.
Kind of a big deal. Jesse Burns is on the line from Washington. How are you, Jesse?
Doing well. Thanks for having me.
Associate editor of The Hill. I knew him when. Probably was an intern when we started talking. Nice to have you back. GOP leaders back a second special counsel. What's the odds of that?
Well, the Attorney General, Jeff Sessions, has resisted calls from Republicans to appoint one for weeks now, and he's been saying that the Justice Department's internal watchdog, which has over 500 staff, is capable of handling this probe and of investigating any allegations of abuse surrounding the surveillance court and the warrants that were obtained initially to monitor Trump campaign officials for the Russia probe. So far, it doesn't seem like he will be appointing anyone anytime soon. That said, he has appointed an official outside of the Beltway to at least review the need for a special counsel, and is facing increasing calls from some of these top Republicans to appoint one.
If you look back at a special counsel kind of investigating this alleged collusion with Russia, what was the basis of appointing a special counsel in that particular case?
Well, that goes back to last year following the firing of FBI Director James Comey, who was the one who was previously leading the federal Russia probe. When he was fired, the number 2 at the Justice Department, Steve Rosenstein, made the determination that some outside counsel should take the lead in continuing that investigation. So he made that decision to appoint one. Of course, that followed Jeff Sessions' recusal of any Russia probe. Otherwise, he would have been the one to appoint one to begin with.
So how many hours of reporters' times would have been saved had the president not appointed Jeff Sessions Attorney General? Because some of the attorneys, they wouldn't, if Jeff Sessions wouldn't have done this had he not recused, it wouldn't have happened. It was all based on the dossier and the Pfizer and all these other Pfizer stuff. So probably would not have happened, we would have lost a full 15 months of stories, Jesse.
Well, I think that Trump still hasn't forgiven Jeff Sessions for recusing himself, probably thinking that if he hadn't done that, this investigation would have never come about. Of course, realized that Bob Mueller, the special counsel, his team has secured charges and guilty pleas against 4 former Trump campaign associates. 2 of them have pleaded guilty, or rather 3 have pleaded guilty, and another one still has charges that he's facing. So, it's a big question now. Are there others that Bob Mueller is going to be being charged against? And at what point, will it be close to the election in the fall, the midterms, or will that wrap up, here sometime over the summer?
You know what's amazing is all of the stuff, a whole bunch of the stuff that we're uncovering, that we're finding out, all these texts from the FBI people, and none of this would have seen the light of day had Hillary won as she was supposed to, Jesse. Come on. I mean, we would never have known any of this kind of backstage stuff, deep state stuff that's you're going, man, this doesn't sound right.
Well, you're seeing it's kind of interesting. Some Republican chairmen are doing 2 things. One, they're saying that some of these allegations of abuse going back to the Obama administration should be investigated. And at the same time, they're also saying that Bob Mueller should be allowed to continue his own probe independently without pressure to finish that. And so I think they're trying to stay safe for both of these probes to continue in some fashion. Of course, Bob Mueller is the only one at this point who has been leading this probe, and to Democrats' point to say, look, if anyone's going to exonerate Trump, it would be Bob Mueller to finish this investigation if there's no collusion, and to come out and say, look, there's no collusion.
Okay, but it's like ivy at Wrigley Field, Jesse. It just keeps growing and growing. Why would a special counsel ever be done? I mean, can't you just kind of over here and got to look at this over here, even though it's not collusion, it is interesting? I mean, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, no, I think that you would, it's a good question, because the charging or the document that essentially appointed Mueller allowed him, there's a caveat in there, to investigate not only the Trump campaign associates, but any other potential illegal acts that arose from his investigation that he came across. And so even if it was marginally connected to the Trump campaign or was marginally connected to the 2016 election, if it involved foreign officials trying to influence the U.S. election, if it involved people lobbying, or all the charges against Paul Manafort, Trump's former campaign official, none of those regarded collusion with Russia. They all regarded bank crimes and mortgage fraud. So any kind of illegal acts that Mueller's team has come across, they are justified based on their appointment to pursue those charges.
All right, Jesse, thehill.com, never a dull moment in Washington these days. Thank you, as always. Good to hear your voice.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you, Jesse Burns, thehill.com special counsel, maybe for FISA. Who knows? It'll just keep going. And Bill Clinton's stuff started with Whitewater and then kind of found its way to Monica Lewinsky. Of course, there was a smorgasbord of stuff with the Clintons. There was a lot of stuff there. Okay, ESPN 93.5, 7:15. Again, primary day is over. Did not feel like a very big
turnout?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, didn't John Rector and Matt Grandoni say they needed 8,000 votes? That was for county clerk.
Right. Matt won that one, 53%, 47.
Yeah, it was 64 to 5,700. Mm-hmm. They said 8,000 didn't need 8,000.
Right.
Yeah, and again, Alan Jones over Greg Worrell. Looks like Alan will be the next sheriff because at this minute, Democrats don't have a candidate. They can still run somebody. But at this moment...
Tim was just asking on the text line 359-2255 about circuit judge, and that was Rosenbaum beating
Randy
Sammy
Rosenbaum
Anderson.
beat Sammy Anderson 14,993 to 10,074. So Randy Rosenbaum, 6th Circuit, Champaign DeWitt, Douglas, Macon, Moultrie, Pyatt. In the Republican primary, it's Randy Rosenbaum. Good question. Any other questions, specifically what you want to know? I've kind of touched on the biggies, the ones that you've heard most about. J.B. Pritzker will run against Bruce Rauner. $300 million is the guess. We hope they spend it all on local radio. Because
Battle of the Billionaires.
They're going to. I mean, it's just JB's. Bruce's chump change. I think Bruce Rauner's what, $1.4 billion. JB's like $4 billion. JB could buy the Cubs. You're pretty good if you can buy the Cubs, which probably go for $2 billion right now.
I'm poking around on this 6th Judicial Circuit GOP judge race, and this was posted 15 minutes ago. I did not see it on the Channel 3 site, and it says at deadline with 71% of precincts reporting, Rosenbaum received 60% of the vote to Anderson's 40%.
Probably take a little longer to count everything.
Okay.
I don't think because all these counties.
I'm wondering if they called that
yet. I think they probably. That sounds like a pretty good margin.
Okay.
I would think that's probably done. Anyway, text in if you need anything, 359-2255, 717. Check if your sports headlines this morning, ESPN 93.5.
Illinois had a good home opener yesterday on our softball team, beating Illinois Chicago 6-4 and then 16-5. There were 7 homers yesterday. Illinois baseball in action. We're number 24. Cal State Northridge is who we'll take on, and not in the 4 o'clock hour, in the 1 o'clock hour, where we think it'll be a wee bit warmer. NIT action, Penn State over Marquette yesterday, 85-80. So they'll face Mississippi State, who beat Louisville 79-56. The Bulls will host Denver tonight. Pacers will place New Orleans Pelicans. On to football. Kyle Fuller, looks like the deal was matched when the Packers put an offer on the table. Now back into the Bears uniform. 4-year, $56 million deal. Ryan Grant from the Washington Redskins will now be an Indianapolis Colt. 4-year, $29 million there on that. Blues will host Boston tonight. Colorado beat the Blackhawks and eliminated them from playoff contention.
Yeah, on my Republican ballot, it did have a write-in for the...
Is it appellate court?
Circuit.
Judge? Okay.
The only circuit judge for the GOP. We wondered if, put Stevie J in there 7 times if that'd be enough, because write-ins are hard. You have to get the spelling right. You have to do all the things right. I'm still looking for that one, but it was in there. You write in. There was no candidate for that particular race, and you had to write in somebody, then check the box. And it won't be very many votes for something like that. But anyway, I'm kind of looking. Maybe they're sorting that one out. So, Tim, we'll take another peek at that. 719 ESPN 93.5 3-day forecast now from the National Weather Service.
Partly cloudy today, breezy, high 45, 25 hour low tonight. More sunshine tomorrow with a high 52, low 30, 51 the high with some clouds on Friday down to 33. Precipitation, wind, clouds on Saturday's forecast with a high only 36. Right now, 28. ESPN 93.5.
Check your Fox Business Minute. Brought to you this morning by Starla Car over at Provident Financial Group in Champaign, where partnerships are built on trust. Find Starla at ProvidentFinancialGroupLLC.com. You can always text us at 359-2255. You can always text in. Again, the primary election over. The Austin bomber is dead. Blew himself up and his car. And now they're worried about going into his house, whether he's detonated or ready to detonate via timer or whatever. So they're careful outside of his home now down in Austin. 720.
From the Fox Business Network, the Federal Reserve has decided to go ahead with its meeting today. Today's snowstorm in the Northeast has shut down federal offices in Washington, D.C. The Fed releases its decision on interest rates this afternoon. The new Fed Chair Jerome Powell will hold his first press conference following the announcement. Travel website FlightAware says there are more than 3,600 flights already canceled today because of the snow, and more than 4,000 are delayed. Airlines are rescheduling flights and waiving fees, but with restrictions and time limits. The European Union has approved the sale of Monsanto to Bayer, the German company that makes Bayer aspirin. The combined company will have to sell off more than $7 billion worth of its businesses to close the deal. The Dow was up 116 yesterday. NASDAQ gained 20. The S&P up 4. With the Fox Business Report, I'm Ginny Cosola.
Friends, are you taking Viagra for ED? Well, you could be paying too much. Now you can take Sildenafil, the active ingredient in Viagra, for just $2 per tablet. $2 for a 20-milligram tablet, saving $40 per dose. Marley Drug is a North Carolina pharmacy delivering Sildenafil to your doorstep. Go to MarleyGenerics.com. That's Marley, MarleyGenerics.com. Or call 1-800-452-1760. That's 1-800-452-1760.
When water rushes in, keep the damage out by calling the cleanup team that's faster to any other size disaster. Serve Pro at 217-355-0077. That's where you'll find the specialist with the experience, equipment, and training to help make sure your property is dry the first time. So when water damage strikes your home or business, strike back by calling the cleanup team the insurance industry has trusted for more than 40 years. 217-355-0077. On the web at Serve Pro of Champaign. Like it never even happened. Franchises are independently owned and operated.
The Honda Dream Garage Spring Event is back, and if you're ready for a new Honda, it's time to start your engines. Take it from me, Honda IndyCar driver James Hinchcliffe. That's the spacious Honda Pilot. It's got seating for up to 8 and an available rear entertainment system. And that's the sporty Honda Civic. It's got an available turbocharged engine I'd recognize anywhere, even without the blindfold. Wait, did I mention I was wearing a blindfold? I didn't. Well, that's what makes this so impressive.
You can get a great deal at the Honda Dream Garage Spring Event at your Honda dealer.
I'm IndyCar driver James Hinchcliffe at the Honda Dream Garage Spring Event. I know these vehicles so well, I can identify them blindfolded. That's the available turbocharged engine on the Honda Civic, a KBB.com Best Buy.
Hurry into the Honda Dream Garage Spring Event and get 0.9% APR on select 2018 Civic models for well-qualified buyers.
Visit your Central Illinois Honda dealers today.
Offer excludes all Civic type or models. See dealer for financing details. For more information, visit Kelley Blue Books, KBB.com. Kelley Blue Book is a registered trademark of Kelley Blue Book Company, Incorporated.
Yeah, the Austin bomber, they had you know what I'm feeling? I'm feeling proud of the men and women in blue. Yep. All the law enforcement people. It isn't that easy to figure this out. Packages go off, and then you got to figure out how the wires were cut, what kind of Casio batteries or whatever you use for detonation. I mean, these guys are so good. 400 law enforcement plus solving this crime in 19 days. It's just the people that I think give journalists a bad name and the people that give law enforcement generally are over your head. Like the newsrooms, whoever runs the newsroom, I think are totally responsible for, having bias in journalists, because the journalists on the front line, I mean, you can hire certain people, but for the most part, they're going to report what they see. But there's an angle, and that's pushed by the people in the offices. In law enforcement, the deep state, the people at the top, those are the guys that I've got problems with. Not the people that are out there tracking this guy to this motel. That's just good work. Mm-hmm. That is just, I'm so proud of these men and women that every day put their butts on the line, and they don't get near the appreciation they deserve, and it's just amazing. They can take video clips from this and this and this, and they can take this and that, and they piece it all together. I mean, look what happened to the Boston Marathon bomber. Within a day, they had video of these guys, and they identified them. Because one guy in a warehouse with a bunch of computers spotted something unusual, and that's how it cracked. It's unbelievable to me. Hats off, salute you guys. I mean it. I know you don't get the love. We try and show it here, but man, That's just good work.
Yep. All started March 2nd. So 19 days of this. They're talking about the active investigation now and how they're trying to determine whether he acted alone on his serial bombings and what his motive was.
Well, be careful going into that house because, man, you know, if this guy's dropping packages at FedEx, he's got other packages, and who knows what he had in his back seat when the whole thing blew up. Mm-hmm. He might have had more he was planning to deliver, and there still could be more at the post office now.
That's right.
They don't know that. A 24-year-old white man is all I know. But he's dead. And the city of Austin on the edge of their seat with each bomb. They were more and more nervous. Some people staying in. And anyway, just really fine law enforcement work. Pretty amazing. Haven't even talked about the school shooting in Maryland yesterday, where a guy with a handgun walks in, shoots a woman. She was in really critical. Last I heard, there's 2 injured. The police officer assigned to the building went to the shots and then shot and killed him.
Yes.
So
I think it was within a minute.
That's how you do that. I had said there are complex reasons and ways and things you have to consider when you try and stop these school shootings. Number one is having somebody shoot back. And this law enforcement guy did that. And so what was an absolute disaster in Florida was exactly how it should have worked in Maryland yesterday. So kudos to that 34-year-old officer who ran toward the shots and ended it quickly. Because who knows, with a handgun, whether it was a girlfriend-boyfriend thing or whatever it was, who knows how many would have died.
Says the swift action of the school's sole resource officer, Blaine Gaskill, was instrumental in bringing the incident to a quick end within seconds.
Well done again. So we tip our caps to that man in Maryland who ended it. And so if these evil, crazy people understand that they're going to be shot at, could change the dynamic of how they're thinking, perhaps on the fear that they might have coming into a building. And then again, recapping the primaries, it's J.B. Pritzker against Bruce Rauner for governor. It was pretty close for Bruce Rauner. It was not easy.
52-48 against Ives.
Jeannie Ives. I saw so much negative. I'm going, well, she's a state rep. What's he doing spending all? Well, he knew in the polling that she was right there, and that how many Republicans were unhappy with Bruce Rauner because of what he signed with the abortion bill, and the fact that I mentioned that I think Bruce Rauner, whose wife is a Democrat, so he's at best a moderate. They wanted somebody more conservative with Jeannie Ives.
And J.B. Pritzker, of course, with 45%.
Well, J.B. Pritzker spent $65 million, whatever the number was in the primary. Chris Kennedy, I think, thought he'd at least get second. I don't think he did. Daniel Biss.
Right.
I think beat Chris Kennedy, former head of the U of I trustees, and Robert Kennedy's son.
Erica Harold, 60%. Yeah. Kwame Raoul with 30%. Enough with, 6 in the Democratic side for the Attorney General?
And I did not like Gary Grasso attacking Erica Harold, attacking our girl here from Urbana. What?
I know it.
So it's Erica Harold again in the Attorney General GOP race.
Champaign County Clerk was tight with Matt Grandone, 53% over John Rector.
Grandone or Grandoni?
Grandoni.
Okay. So it looks like, and he'll go against Aaron Ammons in the general coming up.
That's right.
All right, if you need anything, text in 359-2255. We can give you specifics on whatever you're looking for in the election from yesterday. Yprecision.com is where you'd go if you want a quote for a painting job. I know Chad Ebert, the owner, locally owned and operated, U of I grad. What I want you to do is go to their website and look at before and after pictures and then request a quote. They're very good at what they do. When they get to a job, they don't go here and there. They stay on your job till they're done. And if you want an estimate, it doesn't cost anything. And they're really, really good. And then you say, well, yeah, that's a really good price. Or you can say, that's too high. Whatever. Get a quote. And know that their summer fills up, which tells you something. And he also, I think, the only, like a general contractor that actually has employees working through the winter. That's hard to keep people working. But they're busy. They, of course, do inside. But right now they're taking quotes for outside. Their summer will fill up, and then you're going to call and they're going to say, I can't get you. Maybe it'll fall. So if you got something done, maybe it's a bunch of shutters. I don't know. Maybe it's just a trim. It's yprecision.com. Get that estimate. and know you've got talented and very experienced painters you can trust to really do a great job. They painted my house years ago and were terrific. Yprecision.com. Say hey to Chad Ebert, but ask for a quote online. Yprecision.com, their website, before and after pictures. You'll be very impressed. ESPN 93.5, it's 7:30.
Hey, it's me, your old AC. We need to talk, man. I am out of hair. Trust me, it's not going to get much better. I need to be replaced. Call the experts and get a new air conditioner that will save up to 50% on energy bills. Go ahead, do it. I'll be right here. Whew.
At Chief Bauer Service Experts, save up to $4,000 on a new home comfort system. Call 866-EXPERTS or visit chiefbauer.com. For expert service guaranteed.
Call 866-EXPERTS.
Fox News Radio, I'm Chris Foster. People in Austin, Texas are told to keep being careful in case there are any more bombs out there, but the man suspected of planting 4 bombs and trying to send another this month is dead. He blew himself up in a car with police approaching in Round Rock, Texas.
The individual involved in this incident was a 24-year-old white male.
Austin Police Chief Brian Manley not sharing the suspect's name just yet. More than 70 million Americans are getting snow today. In some places, maybe a lot of it.
Winter storm warnings are in effect from D.C. up to Boston. Generally speaking, 6 to 12 inches of snow is forecast for all of these areas, but 10 to 16 inches plus more likely over portions of Maryland, southeastern Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York, and southeastern New England. Wind gusts over 40 miles per hour are possible along the coast with moderate coastal flooding.
Fox meteorologist Janice Dean is the 4th winter storm in the Northeast this month. Fox News. We report, you decide.
You already love how convenient your debit card is. How much more would you love yours if it was rewarding too? Hi, this is Ata Durakan from First Federal Savings Bank, introducing You Choose Rewards. Every time you use your First Federal debit card, you earn points that reward you with exactly what you want. Just enroll and make the same purchases you normally do. Gas, groceries, or pay bills. Our easy-to-use rewards website helps you track points and shows you how to redeem them for fabulous rewards. Whatever you choose, visit 356bank.com. First Federal Savings Bank. Get what you want out of life. Message and data rates may apply. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey, it's me from Clark Plumbing. I saved the princess. Now I'm here to save you money on your plumbing and heating needs.
Power up. Save time and money with Clark Plumbing and Heating. Whether it's residential or commercial plumbing, Clark Plumbing and Heating know how to get the job done, and they'll help their customers save coin. Don't be a turtle and hide in your shell. Call Clark Plumbing and Heating. They'll be in their carts in no time and at your door to solve your problem. Clark Plumbing and Heating. 356-5356. That's 356-5356. Or clark-plumbing.com.
When water rushes in, keep the damage out by calling the cleanup team that's faster to any other size disaster. Serve Pro at 217-355-0077. That's where you'll find the specialist with the experience, equipment, and training to help make sure your property is dry the first time. So when water damage strikes your home or business, strike back by calling the cleanup team the insurance industry has trusted for more than 40 years. 217-355-0077. On the web at Serve Pro of Champaign. Like it never even happened. Franchises are independently owned and operated. Well, it is March 21. You can win some tickets. Cub Cardinal bus trip. Those are $130 each. So if you stop by the U of I Meet Sales Room, you can stop by the Meet Sales Room Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Friday. Tuesdays and Thursdays 1 to 5:30. Fridays 8 to 1 p.m. Get some burgers, hot dogs, steaks, all the fresh cut meat. I did that last Friday. And the ballot box is there, so to speak. You can register to win. First drawing will be coming up on the 30th next week for your 2 tickets, Cubs Cardinals down in St. Louis. If you want to buy tickets to that exciting bus trip, then just come on out. We're on bus number 3, taking 3 buses. Somebody on one of the buses will get to throw out the first pitch. Woo-hoo! To be determined. So if you would like to come on out and get your tickets, just to stop by. We're selling tickets almost every day. So again, into the beginning of the 3rd bus. So you still have time. But this is the fastest we've sold out 2 buses. 359-2255 if you want to text anything, or if you want to go and get more on this bus trip. It is ESPNCU.com, ESPNCU.com. Here is your ESPN 93.5 3-day forecast from the National Weather Service.
Starting out with a few clouds. Sunshine expected today with a high 45, 25-hour low tonight. Mostly sunny tomorrow with a high 52, low 30. 51 the high with more clouds coming our way Friday, down to 33. And then precipitation, windy conditions, and clouds in the forecast for Saturday with a high 36. 28 now on ESPN 93.5.
Okay, It is 7:35, and primary election, some of the biggies. Bruce Rauner wins the GOP, but it was close. Jeannie Ives, J.B. Pritzker pretty easily, so it's Rauner against Pritzker. Have we ever had two billionaires running at the same time? I don't think so. I mean, it just isn't that easy. Find two billionaires who want to put that kind of money on it. And they're talking about at least $250 million or more in this upcoming general. And as I said earlier, we hope they spend it all on local radio. It'd be my vote for all that.
Dale is calling in. He has a comment about the resource officer who did save the day in Maryland yesterday and wondered if there would be some support over him.
Well, heck yeah, Dale. I'm supporting him. That's how it works. What? You go in there, you're the guy with the gun, you stop it.
Well, I haven't heard of any walkouts or anything. These schools are not, are they going to let these kids take another, 20 minutes and walk out so they miss class?
I see. So a walkout to support law enforcement.
Yes.
I'm in. And yeah, of course they're all on spring break now. So yeah, they can walk out of their house, but I doubt if they'll do that. But no. It's a good point. No, you're right. Because last week we of course allowed all of that. And so I said, if you want to start that, that's fine. But what if they are wanting to walk out on something you don't agree with? How would they handle that? I know a lot of schools had the suspensions and detentions pretty much put at bay. They kind of said there would be consequences. Some schools have implemented some consequences. There wasn't a great deal of participation in some of the rural schools, but I know Champaign and Urbana had some significant, most at Urbana, about 600 kids walked out. But no, if they want to have a little protest on supporting the Second Amendment or law enforcement, I think they've got to do whatever they did last time, right? Precedent.
Well, you're right.
Thank you, Dale. Appreciate the thought. Well done for the, what do they call them? Law enforcement guy?
Yeah, the resource officer. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so here's my quandary. You gave me the name of Kyle, who's supposed to be member number 89 in our Sugar Buster Club, and I had a little sticky on the certificate ready to do my calligraphy, and the sticky stopped sticking, and I can't find Kyle's information.
Oh.
So, Kyle, if you're listening to our Sugar Buster Club meeting and you want to give us that, text it back in, your address, your name and address, and I'll do my calligraphy, mail it today for you.
Very good.
But the little sticky on my little thing, I'm blaming the sticky. 359-2255 is our text in, and this is our weekly Sugar Buster Club meeting. If there's something strange in your sugar mood, who are you going to call? Sugar Buster! Buddy Warren Honeycutt has joined us. He's our honorary chair of this club that
who are you going to call?
tries to cut back on our processed sugar. And Warren, I've kind of done a re-eval and I've kind of gotten looser. And so yesterday I had a hamburger bun, little ketchup, little chipotle. That's the only sugar I had. So I think I was under 15.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, easily.
That's it.
Good deal.
That's all I had. And I'm going to tighten it up again because I got a little looser.
And for me, my friend Troy at the new Vault restaurant in downtown Ogden, I was enjoying some rib tips, and he's like, I bet there's some sugar in that barbecue sauce there, Di. Yeah. I'm like, really? You're looking over my shoulder and calling me out here?
We're going to follow you around Facebook Live is what we're going to do. Okay, Warren. Yeah.
I was just going to say, the problem is today with everybody, and most people have two cell phones, it's so easy to incriminate yourself, and there's so many sugar police running around now, which is not a bad thing. Not a bad thing. So, that's good.
Yeah, and when I first started, I didn't do any sugar. I mean, no milk, no cream cheese, nothing. I mean, everything that had sugar in it, I wasn't talking, I was just really, really, and I actually saw more of a dramatic change when I really, really stuck to it. And now I'm much looser. I don't think I'm doing much, but yesterday I said, I'm doing a re-eval, and I'm going to kind of focus on that for a while because you can slip in this world of 80% at the grocery full of processed sugar, Warren.
Oh, it is. And I want to ask, before we get too far into our segment today, Stevie J, have you been to the United Kingdom in the last, 6 months?
No.
Well, I thought you might have been because April the 6th, they are imposing a sugar tax on all soft drinks, Red Bull, et cetera, et cetera. And the limits that at least they recommend are Sugar Buster limits, 30 grams or below, addicts.
I had no idea. I mean, when we started this club,
started a trend. They're catching on.
We were definitely early on this thing. There's no doubt. People were still saying fat-free this and fat-free that. Now it's sugar-free this and sugar-free that, Warren.
Absolutely.
I've got to credit you. It's you. Well, the Brits are listening to Warren Honeycutt.
Well, Nestle. And this didn't have anything to do with the sugar tax other than I guess they saw the train coming. But Nestle has said that they're going to reduce sugar in Kit Kats and, different things that they do sugar in by 10%. Now, they've not done it yet, but at least in Great Britain and United Kingdom, they're looking in that direction. And, honestly, kidding aside, Stevie J, people are beginning to understand, and it always amazes me, literally does. I do a lot of reading on different research and so on, that it only takes about 14,719, just made that stat up, to convince us that we need another study to prove what those 14,000.
There's no question about it that this isn't very good. And I just wonder if I go to the people that make Rice Krispies and I say, don't put the silly 4 grams of sugar into that thing, we probably won't notice whether you do or don't. It makes me mad. You go to Corn Flakes, or you go to Rice Chex. Why are you putting anything in that? The reason I'm buying it is I don't want it.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't
Very
get
true.
it. Shredded wheat, by the way, the only zero I found. That's about it.
And that's the only one you will find on a grocery shelf, Stevie J.
Yeah.
This was something I did, oh my land, probably 25 years ago, and I've not done it since, simply because I know it's not changed. But Nabisco shredded wheat, not the frosted on one side.
Can't do the frosted, right? Yeah.
But the shredded wheat, you can look at those 47 linear feet stacked to the ceiling of cereal. Every one of them have sugar, and most of them, it leads with sugar as the main ingredient.
Angel texts in at 359-2255. New alternative is LaCroix. We talked about that. Mm-hmm. That's Sugar Buster approved, is it not?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
I drink it. Love it.
Yeah, it's cheap. It's cheaper than the ice drink that we also have approved.
Yep, it is.
And 0 sugar, 0 calories. Yeah. Thanks for the label text in, Angel.
It's a much, much cheaper alternative to my ice, which the cheapest I can get, it's about 61 cents. Most places it's $1 each.
And this is that bubbly sparkling water,
a little sparkling water, a little fizz to it. And I like ice better, but again, it's fine. LaCroix is very nice. And Angel, good work here as we share information on our little secret club. And for those of you that scoff at our club, we invite you to just come back in 3 minutes and we'll be back on something else.
There you go.
And we do have scoffers. We know you're there, and I apologize, but I've got something that'll be better for your life. It's like, just think about, chewing tobacco. I think we all can agree, most people agree that's a yucky thing to do. Try putting a whole pinch of sugar in your lip and seeing what it does. It's bad. People, it's rat poison. It's rat poison. Stop. I'm trying to help you. Nobody's listening. I'm here, and it's echoing. Echo, echo, echo.
Oh, dear.
I try so hard. Everybody, this is the reaction. I said, stop eating sugar. Anyway.
Well, it's really tough for most people. And on another positive note, though, and I think mentioned I did last week, a couple that I'm working with that is losing a pound a day, and that's a pound each a day.
Wow.
And their biggest thing was they got away from sugar.
Isn't that amazing? Yeah.
He was over.
Yeah.
He was over 300 pounds, Stevie J. She was 282.
Wow. Good
Young couple in their early 20s.
And transforming their lives, you're helping them?
Yes. Yeah, I'm working with them.
You're extending their life, Warren, and you're doing that with your work. There's no doubt about it. I know you don't see all the ripples you cause in your life, Warren, but at age 65 with a body that says you're 34, not even old enough to be president, I mean, you're doing it.
Well, thank you. Always. This is always the highlight of my week, Stevie J, is to listen to you.
Well, no, wait. You were on national radio on Monday. I didn't bother you again, but I saw how many interviews did you do around the country Monday with Fox News?
We did 10.
Wow.
And from the big group out in San Diego, Kojo, which has a huge audience,
yeah,
to Des Moines, Iowa, down over to North Carolina.
Wow.
So it was
all over
across
the country. That's awesome.
10,
Now, how
10 in 4 hours is a lot of talking, as you know. You do it every day.
Well, yeah, and there are so 10 interviews is a lot. But I mean, how does our show stack up with some of these other shows as far as content, silliness? Can't wait to get off the phone with them, that kind of stuff.
Honestly, and this is I kid a lot on the show because it's so much fun, but literally I put you and Diane at a 10, literally, along with Ocean 98, which I do quite a bit over in Ocean City, Maryland. And some of the people, and boy, I hope they're not listening this morning. I'm certainly not going to call any call letters. You have to put them at 3 or 4.
Well, you know, you're the one that got my juices going on that sugar thing, so it's you're the reason here, buddy. We got this club. Last thing, we got one more text. I'm noticing more labels that show added sugar. Is this what you wanted to avoid?
Yes, that's it.
Added sugar, and it might not say sugar. It might say like fructose or something, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. I mean, they label it in a lot of different ways. And one of the things, again, going back to that tax with Great Britain, they're not doing anything as a tax that has, quote, natural sugar, which is what we at Stevie J Sugar Busters Club promote as being, that's fine.
Yeah.
There's no issue with fruit and so on, or even milk and lactose. That's, if you look at the makeup, that's a different makeup of carbohydrate than white refined sugar.
Warren, you're the best. You can go to gethoneycut.com. You can see all your Facebook Live stuff and all the things you do, all the things Get Fit, your book. It's all there at gethoneycut, right? .com.
Yes, and as a matter of fact, there's a whole new facelift on that website.
Really?
So
it's already good.
It's totally changed.
You're the man.
Changed.
Thank you, Warren, for all you're doing, buddy. You're the best.
Thank y'all. Bye.
Warren Honeycutt down south of Memphis, Tennessee, 747. If you don't like how you look or feel or think and you just aren't pleased with the way the pants are fitting.
And what I notice is I don't sleep very well if I've had a day of cheating.
Yeah.
And I wake up achy and I need to stretch out a little bit. My neck is,
it's a whole different life, and it's hard.
If you're up and down like me.
It's hard.
It's no fun. Try to stick with it.
Hey, Kyle, sorry I haven't gotten your fancy schmancy certificate because I lost your address. I feel so bad. Member 89. I'm holding that number for you, buddy. Mike Ditka's number, 89.
Very good.
Kyle was our latest member that is committed past probation of 3 days with no sugar. So if you want to text us in sometime, that name and address will get Kyle his certificate, 359-2255. It's 748 ESPN 93.5 on this Wednesday morning. Diane with our sports.
Home opener for the Illinois softball team. Victorious yesterday over Illinois Chicago, 6-4 and 16-5. 7 homers. That would have been a great game to check out yesterday.
Well, Christian went over with
all right.
his buddy Ryan, and it was freezing.
Yeah, that's right. There's that.
It was freezing.
18-9 on the season today. They've got SIU-E, but that's down at Edwardsville. Illinois baseball in action in the 1 o'clock hour, not the 4 o'clock hour, taking on Cal State Northridge. We're ranked number 24. Speaking of baseball, Cubs in action against Texas today. Just looking at their preseason number, 15-10 on the preseason.
Cardinals are 12-11.
Yeah.
So it looks like the
Cubs lost to the Mets yesterday. But, they've got Miami today. Miami is how the Cubs will start, and that's 11:30 start. John Lester on the mound. I'm going to be live at Cam's that day
for a week from tomorrow.
Yes,
a week from tomorrow is the Cubs home opener, 11:30, which is 12:30. They'll play AAA Miami.
That's right.
That'll be an easy 4-game sweep. There won't be 20,000 people in there, and 11,000 will be Cubs.
It could be.
No, there's no doubt about it.
Especially with all the snowbirds and things like that down there, too.
While I'm thinking of it, I just want to say this about Giancarlo Stanton. Yes, I am bitter that he's not in St. Louis. He's with the Yankees. But I'll make a prediction that Marcell Ozuna, the new guy for the Cardinals, and Giancarlo Stanton's numbers will be comparable, if not Ozuna's better. Do you think Giancarlo Stanton's going to see any pitches if he starts hitting home runs like he did? The Yankees are loaded. And so it's hard to pitch around guys when there's guys behind you, which is why you have guys protecting and that kind of stuff. But they're not pitching. Giancarlo Stanton hit 59 home runs because he was in Miami with nobody watching, and the Marlins weren't in the race, so who cares if you pitch to him, because it doesn't matter if you beat him. It doesn't matter. Now, if you get into a race, they just aren't. He's not going to see the pitches. Just FYI, thinking I don't know baseball, huh? Oh yeah, I do know baseball, and he won't see the pitches. Now, who are they going to pitch to if they got 9 really good hitters like the Yankees have? It's ridiculous. But anyway, I just think he's not going to hit those. He'll never hit 59 again. That's just my prediction.
I see. Well, I wanted to mention my live broadcast on opening day, Cubs versus Miami, and to let people know we're grilling out. There's drink specials, and Lance Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing have the full schedule on a magnet with US 105.9 in the corner.
We still have some?
Yeah, and I'm going to be handing them out at that live broadcast.
So I'm not doing it now. Okay.
We want you to come on by.
All right, so if you want a Lance Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing magnet with all the Cub games on them.
Exactly.
You got to go see Diane at Pia's
Cam's.
Cam's.
Home of the drinking line.
Same owner. Eric Myers.
Exactly.
So if you want to go to Cam's on campus, 11:30.
Opening day. Cubs versus
a week
Miami.
from tomorrow.
I know it.
Wow.
Sunshine today, high 45. 25 our low tonight. Mostly sunny tomorrow with a high 52, low 30. Some clouds on Friday, high 51, low 33. Things will switch up on Saturday.
Yeah.
Since it's the weekend, we'd love it to be nice, but rain, snow, and wind in the forecast with a high 36. Right now, the temperature's at 28. ESPN 93.5.
Take one more to-do out of your to-do list. Get hold of CMI, Chemical Maintenance Inc., Betsy and Brad Parks, locally owned and operated. All your janitorial stuff. It'll be awesome if you work with them because they're really good at what they do, and they got all the stuff to clean like you can't believe. Really, really cool people and a neat company, and they'll clean it. And they got all the stuff and all the tools, and really neat. I was in there the other day. It's CMIClean.com, 359-6262. CMIClean.com. Put them in your circle of trust. 7:52. If it's not Steve Suderman, who's been at Good Vibes for about 4 weeks now. You've been working there.
I've hit shingles for 4 weeks. I've worked here for 47 years. I think
4 decades.
Are you kidding
me? 4
me?
weeks, 4 decades.
You said 47 years.
Well, it's the 47th year.
Quick, who was the president when you started working there?
It was before Jimmy Carter.
Well, it was before Gerald Ford. You're talking Richard Nixon, silly. Wow.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, my goodness.
You've been working at Good Vibes since Richard Nixon.
Started when he was 10.
That.
Folks, that's the...
And that's why we vote on Election Day.
35, 36. That's the 37th president, and we're at 45. You have worked there for like 8 presidents.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, thanks for calling him out, Stevie J.
Just lay me out, okay?
Steve, we were just talking about opening day, Major League Baseball. Nice to have a new TV to see all those games.
Oh, and there's MLB packages out there, so if you want to, maybe you are a Yankees fan. There's got to be a few out there.
They're out there, and it's just not even fair. Well, how hard is it to root for a team that's got everybody?
Exactly.
Come on.
But MLB lets you watch whoever you want to follow.
Right. Yeah. And that's the same. It's kind of like
we should talk about DirecTV. This is a commercial after all. DirecTV is giving away $200 to sign up. They give you a massive discount in year one, and kind of that's how they get you in. But if you amortize that over the 2-year deal, they are now the price leader. And if you bundle it with AT&T Wireless, and we don't sell that part, but who knows? But there's another $15 off if you have the right plan with your wireless phone. So DirecTV is really in there. They're going to have the Masters in 4K. They're going to have baseball in 4K. They are the 4K leader for delivering content. We're having some fun. DirecTV is going to have a little resurgence, I think, because there's so many cord cutters out there looking for how do I get TV for $20 a month.
Yeah, right.
So there's a little thing going on there. It is our 46th anniversary. We've got all the Paradigm speakers at 25% off. We've got Sony receivers that start at $99 and surround sound at $149. We've got deals on clips. We've got deals on OLED TVs from LG. They're all backed by local service, and yeah, you're right. Great, get something new to watch the rest of the March basketball action and the upcoming baseball, and of course the Masters in 4K. I'm looking forward to that one.
Man, Masters will be in 4K.
You need the right box on your DirecTV. We probably still got to do something for you, Steve.
Well, thanks for coming over, Steve. Only time we ever talk is now, because I forget. Anyway,
it's probably free. You know, you got the stuff. It doesn't take much.
Well, we watched a movie in 4K last night. It's just different.
Oh boy, yeah,
it is so clean. It's unbelievable. And I think of those poor newscasters that got to be on TV.
Yeah,
you can't have skin that good. It's impossible. I mean, you're gonna all the stuff, the little chicken pox thingy. That's it. You're on. That's all right. But it's just so clear. It's crazy. Crazy stuff. All right, how do people find you?
You can find us on the web at gvibes.com or come into 1501 North Prospect right here in Champaign.
Okay, my friend, always a pleasure. Have a great week.
Thanks, Stevie.
That's Steve Suderman at Good Vibes. Talking to him for a long time. All right. Where is that promo about my hard-working man? Because that started, and I was going to play that.
Oh, good.
I have no idea where it is, though, because I can't find it.
Okay.
Anyway, we got a new promotion we're starting, and it's one of those blurt out things, and then you say, what did I say? What did I just do? It's just,
yeah, we've been having fun with this on the sales team.
Where
here
is
at Stevie J Broadcasting?
Where is that thing? I mean, it's just got to be somewhere in the schedule.
I thought it started with HW for hard working.
So I'm going to go to this thing. Hold on, I want to play this for you. Hold on. HW. Nope.
Oh, okay. I can.
Would you run down?
Poke around.
And just ask maybe Josh knows.
Okay.
I want to play this because I want to explain what we're doing. It's a little wacky and we've never done it. And again, it's one of those where, yeah, I'll do it. Kind of quick things that you agree to do, and then you go back and say, whoa, maybe I shouldn't have said that. So no matter how old you get in your life, you can still maybe, come up with ideas and it sounds good. Okay, we got it. So what do I do? HW, what's this say? MP1. HWMP1. Okay, I got it. So this is what we're doing. Here you go. I am, and there are a lot of hardworking men and women in East Central Illinois, and I'm heading out to do their jobs. Hey, it's Stevie J. And ESPN 93.5, along with Spherion Staffing, are launching our 2018 Hardworking Man Series. Look for me on the jobs this spring at a number of businesses throughout Champaign-Urbana. I'll be working hard with the men and women at Spring Green, Illinois Portable Toilets, Champaign Public Works with Mobile Meter, and CMI Chemical Maintenance Incorporated. Learn more at ESPNCU.com. See, when I kind of volunteered, I was thinking Busey. I wanted a shiny table and coffee and a computer and a place to put my feet up on the desk. That's what I was thinking. And then Josh goes out and tells me I'm going to go help Illinois Portable Toilets, Gulliford septic.
Right,
it's a septic thing, and I think I got to go help with the porta potty like cleaning thing, and that's not what I had in mind.
You're almost having a lean towards the dirty jobs guy, micro or whatever.
That's what I didn't want to do.
Exactly.
And then I got the guys at Spring Green. I think they got me a uniform.
Oh, really?
I think they did.
And good luck with that aeration machine on the lawns, because it has some kick. Believe me, I was dragged behind it. I was going to say,
Diane got dragged by that.
In any case, and the city of Champaign and Mobile Meter, they talked about how they sometimes have to scoop up some roadkill.
I am going to wear a Batman outfit if I have to give anybody a ticket. I'm not doing it. And keep picking up roadkill?
Exactly.
I was thinking Busey. That's you know how you invent things, say, okay, I'll do that, but I was thinking more of I'm going to be at a shiny desk and hang out because I work with these companies. I'm going to broadcast from their company, and then I'm going to be there for 3 hours, and that should have been a half hour. What was I thinking? 3 hours?
So if you want to get in on the fun here, just Google Stevie J Broadcasting. Reach out to me, Diane Ducey.
Text in if you want me to come to your business.
Exactly.
But please be Busey or a bank.
By the way, we're hearing from Kyle, and he gave us his address.
Kyle, that will go out today, my friend. You will get your much anticipated fancy schmancy Sugar Buster certificate. And my apologies for being so delayed, but I will send you that out today. I will get my calligraphy unit out The ink is getting a little sticky, so I need more members because I haven't done a ton lately.
359-2255
All right,
if you want to get in on
We'll
that.
be right back. It is Wednesday morning, March 21. We're going to start these live broadcasts where I do people's jobs next couple of weeks, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But no, again, a shiny table, coffee, and a computer, kind of what I had in mind.
Oh, no.
It's 8 o'clock. You're listening to WXJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.
He himself was his last victim. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. The Austin, Texas serial bomber is dead.
The suspect detonated a bomb inside the vehicle, knocking one of our SWAT officers back, and one of our SWAT officers fired at the suspect as well.
They tracked him down last night at a hotel in Round Rock in that car. Fox's Tanya J. Powers has more live.
He is a 24-year-old white man from the Austin area who died when he detonated a bomb inside his vehicle there as the SWAT team moved in. FBI agent Chris Combs warns of the need to stay vigilant because it's not known if there are other bombs out there.
We will be here as long as it takes with our partners to figure out exactly what happened, why it happened, and how it happened. And we're committed to staying here with the Austin Police Department for as long as it takes.
Investigators say it's hard to tell if he acted alone, but they're confident he built all of the explosive devices. No motive has been given, and he's not been identified, Dave.
Tanya, law enforcement is now going through his stuff where he lived in Pflugerville near Austin.
Is my information right now, he had two roommates. Okay. And those two roommates have been talking to law enforcement. We're gathering information from them. I would venture to say those two roommates are not at this time suspects.
Governor Greg Abbott. Now, we're just seeing video of someone being taken away in handcuffs. We don't know if that's related to the bombing case or not. The governor also just told Fox and Friends they don't believe the dead suspect had a job or a criminal record, and he had not been in the military. President Trump tweeted, "Congratulations and a great job by the law enforcement involved." It's not a good day to have travel plans in the Northeast. More than 3,400 flights have been canceled by the fourth storm in 3 weeks.
Two areas of low pressure, one across the mid-Atlantic, the other as a coastal event. And where, depending on where the heaviest band's set up, that's where we potentially could see over a foot and a half, in some cases 2 feet
Fox
of
meteorologist
snow.
Janice Dean, Fox News, fair and balanced.
Hi, I'm Darla from Cintas.
Oh, thank goodness you're here. We have so much to do. I need fire extinguishers, right?
We'll place them for you and be out for regular inspection.
Great. And what about my new hires?
We'll get them into uniforms and keep them looking sharp.
What about this first aid cabinet?
Fully stocked.
It wasn't this morning.
It is now. And so are the restrooms.
Wow, Cintas really seems to know what we need.
You said it.
Oh, I'm ready!
Learn how Cintas can help you get ready for the workday. Visit Cintas.com.
GoToMeeting is the collaborative meeting tool trusted by over 18 million monthly users. But how do we make the concept of 18 million more real for you? Well, if you wanted to travel 18 million miles, you could go to the moon and back 36 times and still have a few miles left over for a detour. $18 million could buy you 4.5 million non-fat iced lattes, which would keep you caffeinated from now until the end of your career. Or if you took 18 million standing desk breaks, well, you'd probably be in great shape. Visit GoToMeeting.com to learn why so many people trust us to help them get work done.
The 16-year-old girl shot at her high school in Maryland remains in critical condition this morning. Another boy was injured.
Police say 17-year-old Austin Rollins fired shots inside Great Mills High School in Maryland's St. Mary's County Tuesday. 2 students hurt, but then school resource officer Blaine Gaskill stepped in.
Gaskill fired at the shooter, and what is described to me as almost simultaneously the shooter fired.
Sheriff Tim Cameron says the gunman was killed, but we don't know yet if he did it himself or if the officer killed him. The shooting prompting Governor Larry Hogan to demand the state legislature pass a $175 million Safe School Act to pay for more resource officers and technology. Maryland's House Speaker says lawmakers do plan to pass a bill to make schools safer. Jill Nato, Fox News.
In Nigeria, Boko Haram terrorists have freed more than 100 schoolgirls kidnapped a month ago. The government's confirmed the release of most of those girls. Boko Haram also issued a warning: don't ever put your daughters in school again. A few years ago, the terrorists abducted hundreds of girls, sparking worldwide outrage. There's confirmation from Israel on something that happened 11 years ago. that it bombed a suspected nuclear reactor in Syria.
In 2007, long before Syria's civil war broke out, an airstrike destroyed a facility in the east of the country, but no one claimed responsibility. Now Israel confirming it was behind the attack, saying the site was a nuclear reactor under development. Syria denies that. The Israeli government saying the raid should serve as a warning to everyone in the Middle East that Israel will not allow nuclear weapons to be obtained by countries that threaten its existence. The Israeli intelligence minister saying that means Syria then and Iran today. Simon Owen, Fox News.
We are expecting a Federal Reserve interest rate hike later today. On Wall Street, ahead of that, stock futures are modestly lower. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News Radio.
Here we go. ESPN 93.5 3-day forecast, National Weather Service.
We've got some sunshine now. Partly cloudy today with a high 45, 25-hour low tonight. Winds from the north up to 20 miles per hour. Sunshine expected tomorrow with a high 51 down to 30. More clouds coming our way on Friday with a high 52, low 32, 36. Rain, snow, and wind in the forecast for Saturday.
Yeah.
It is officially spring, though. It began yesterday afternoon. Temperatures currently at 28. ESPN 93.5.
Well, we've had 4 offers of me broadcasting and doing your jobs, but let me note, it ain't free. I'm not going out there for nothing. So we had, the Blind Pig?
Yeah.
Now, the problem with
just hearing from Andrew.
The problem with brewing beer is I'm going to want to add stuff to it. You know, like a little vanilla.
Well, that might be kind of nice.
I put bananas in my pancakes.
Stevie J mixture.
Yeah.
I do that too. Yeah. I get off recipe and
heck yeah.
People are like, what's wrong with this, Mom? It doesn't taste like it. That's
probably what our friends at the Blind Pig would say. It'd be like, when are you leaving again? And let's see, Flooring Surfaces wants me to install flooring.
Steve works hard over there. I'm sure he wears knee pads, and I know how you and your knees are.
No, I mean that's a toughie. Yeah, Mike at U of I Golf Course, licensed to kill gophers. I could do that.
Yes.
I mean, I could go out and
just like Bill Murray.
I want to mow something. Yeah, I could rake a sand trap.
Boy, behind the scenes, my friend Ben at Champaign Country Club, behind the scenes at a golf course,
there's a lot of work.
Oh my goodness.
And then there was a
hard
fourth
working
one.
Man is right.
Oh, Effie Moran. Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah.
I will clip those wires. Oh yeah. Don't clip the wire. No, we got to clip these wires. Just like in the movies. Everybody clip that wire.
Feeling like you're a bomb guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Red or blue? Red or blue? All right, so we're doing hardworking man, and I'm presumably...
These people are probably like, oh, forget it. It's too much trouble for us to repair the damage.
It's like I tell anybody at my house, if it's a 2-hour job, if I help you, it's a 4-hour job. So that's kind of got what we got going on.
And I recall the Steve Suderman call about an issue with the tech stuff, and you were on, off was the trouble. Oh, my goodness.
It was a power. So, Diane, it was a power issue. So what's wrong with that? I forgot to turn the machine on. Make fun of me. Fine. Yeah, it was a power thing. He said, is it on? I'm going, long silence. Thank you. Anyway, yeah, text in if you want me to. But I'm not doing. This is a money thing. So if you got money, I'll come. But it's one of those things where it isn't working out like I thought, kind of thing. I'm thinking office job. I didn't really think I'd have to use my hands at all, except to type and search on internet or something for my 3 hours. So I broadcast from your business, and then I kind of wanted a shiny table with coffee and, that thing. That's the kind of work I was thinking, yet I'm going to go empty porta potties and stuff, which was not in my thinking. That wasn't in my lexicon. I didn't have that. There's the start here in a couple of weeks, and then I'm going to do Facebook Live when I'm actually working, stuff like that. So, okay, ESPN 93.5. How's your cybersecurity doing these days? Owner of Morgan Wright, LLC, a cybersecurity company, a senior fellow at the Center for Digital Government. What the heck is that, Morgan? A senior fellow at the Center for Digital Government?
Means I got more gray hair than most of the guys in the room. No, it's we're a kind of a think tank for government, state and local government, to help them address big issues around technology, security, things like that. So I do a lot of keynote speeches, work with a lot of them to develop strategies, and advise both the private sector and the government on how to best approach and address some of these problems like cybersecurity.
Yeah, and cyber terrorism and stuff. How does it feel when you walk into a room to be the smartest guy, Morgan?
I don't know. One of these days I hope to be that way if there's only two guys in the room.
Yeah, so. Right. Okay, so if somebody searches online, we just got this Austin, Texas bomber's dead. If that Austin, Texas bomber went on the internet and typed in how to make a bomb, will we see that?
Well, yeah, I mean, I was reading up on that, and actually I got some friends down in that area in law enforcement. You know, a lot of the searches were served to get information from Google, you know, about what's being searched for, because you can, believe it or not, you can find countries or places where people search for certain terms. So I'm sure that they had some things they were looking for. I don't have all the information. That's not something you or I might be able to see, but with the right authority, the right paperwork, like a subpoena or a search warrant, you go to Google. That combined with specific information, like we know he searched maybe from a certain area, like around Austin, might help zero in on information like that.
Morgan Wright is the owner of Morgan Wright LLC, cyber strategy company. As far as protecting my own stuff, I know we don't have enough cybersecurity, but Morgan, the problem is I don't know what I need, and it changes all the time.
It does. I mean, this is wiffle ball, and the rules change, you know, every 3 minutes, depending on who's in charge. Look, but there are some things you can do to take control. Number one is just the biggest thing people can do is quit clicking on these links that you have no idea what's behind them or who they're coming from, or quit opening documents. We're moving so fast. We're not being intentional about what we do. For example, the Colorado Department of Transportation still can't pay their employees. Why? Because they've got ransomware widespread throughout their system. Why? Because somebody clicked a link. That's all it takes. So, you know, the folks out there, small businesses themselves, take a breath, quit clicking these links. Second thing you can do is make sure you encrypt everything. If you're at home, make sure your router is encrypted, your Wi-Fi is encrypted, and make sure you encrypt your data. You can Google it. You can find if you got a Mac or a PC. Just make sure your information is protected. Third thing is make sure you use good passwords. They did a study last year, and Stevie J, you know what the most popular password last year was?
1, 2, 3, 4.
5, 6. You're close. Yes. I mean, come on, after all this time. So, you know, there's some basic things that people can do. And look, if you're a small business, I'm going to give you this one for free. Google this. It's called Cybersecurity Framework. It comes from the government, the National Institute of Standards and Technology, but they work with the private sector to build this. It's like a free plan. This is how you can build things and do things. The plan is free, the information is free, but it'll help these small businesses, medium businesses say,